Hi guys, how you doing? So I have been at an event and I've been getting messages from people saying I'm on Instablog. So I had to finish what I was doing and I rushed down. I saw something in the morning. I ignored it because one of those things. Then my boss called me and said that I have to address it, for the sake of posterity and also, transparency and integrity. First of all, you guys, I have said it tons and tons and tons of times. Be careful with scammers. I have posted a lot of pictures, a lot of things of people using my name to defraud people. And I have put it out and I have reported a lot of accounts. As a matter of fact, there is a guy on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I've never had a Twitter account. He has 15,000 followers, posing to be me. The name there is Uchemba. And a lot of people that he has defrauded has called me and said there's somebody using, and I don't know what to do about that. Secondly, let me also state again that I am the Deputy Nigerian Youth Representative, Youth Assembly at the United Nations, not UN Ambassador at the United Nations. These are different bodies. The people that organize the Youth Assembly are the Friendship Ambassadors Foundation, and their office is in New Jersey or Connecticut. Their office is in Connecticut, not at the UN building. We always use the UN building for the conference, and we've been doing this for the past, when I was appointed, for the past 5 years now. Now, I also made it clear, because when I was given this position, what my job description is basically is to create an awareness to the Nigerian youth of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals with its 169 targets. Let people know what is going on and get the Nigerian youth in. Having of late is that, one, if you're very aware of what is going on in Nigeria, there have not been appointment dates at the US Embassy. If you check now, you'll be seeing April. You'll be seeing, and the conference is in February. So some of the people we registered the last time, they couldn't get appointment for this last one we did. In fact, the last one was horrible because nobody could go to the embassy because the date that were available was after the conference, and it was pointless going to the embassy with that. So we have a lot of delegates pending because we've sent their name for their invitation letters and they cannot go to the embassy for visa. So when we realized all these things, I said this particular one, I'm not going to help people put them through on how we are only going to register people with visa, which was the initial plan. It's just most time people will say, I'm passionate about the Youth Assembly, but I don't have visa. Then we all came together and said, okay, let's see how we can help these people, sort those people out with that. Now, some guy yesterday and tagged me, and I saw it, I was shocked. I've never met the guy, he was never my delegate. He said, Williams, you're a scammer. I messaged him, I have all the chats with him. I said, Oga, why are you calling me out? I don't even know you. What have I done to you? He said, that people said, I said, but you didn't even ask me. If you had come to ask me, why is this charge like this? Why is this charge? I would have explained to you. And just so you know, for every post I make, including the one I posted last week, I always, always, always refer people to the website, which is faf.org, Friendship Ambassadors Foundation, which is where you can register for the conference. Even when you call us, when you contact us, I say, make sure you speak to me. Make sure you hear my voice. Make sure it's me. Now, I'm not the US Embassy. I don't give visa. When people come and say, okay, Williams, after we get the invitation and you put us through with the visa, is it guaranteed? I said no. So you can either do it yourself and make sure that, okay, you've done it yourself, or we have people. Why people pay that amount is because we employ people to do these things. We pay them. So it is very disheartening for such information to go on without proper investigation. I was chatting with the guy yesterday. I said, dude, this what you're trying to do is not nice. You reach out to me, then I explain. If you're no longer comfortable with my explanation or I snubbed you, then you can go ahead. You can't just go and start calling people names. These are brands we've built for ourselves for years. And you think after building my brand, I will go out there and start. But he wasn't having it. I went through his page. He said he was a lawyer. I said, I don't see anything that has to do with law with you. So maybe I'm even talking to a hater. They message me all the time. I block them all the time. And I block them. Now, you are contacting the UN. The UN is not a youth assembly. The Youth Assembly is a conference that is Assembly is a conference that is organized by the Friendship Ambassadors Foundation, and I am the Deputy Nigerian Youth Representative, Nigerian Youth Representative, Youth Assembly at the UN. So the people you've all tagged, they don't even know what is going on. And I'm very happy that I have all the chats and all the munchies and everything of people that I have put out. Somebody was using my name to collect as much as $10,000 from people, to collect as much as $5,000. All these things I have, and I will post some of them. On May, I posted something. I said, be very careful, because there was one, they had to call us in a meeting in New York. And we all sat down and we realized that there was even an investigation to go and reach out to the person. The person was either in Mississippi or Nebraska, one of those states in the US, posing to be me. Now, these things happen because when you're in the public face, people do such things. But I feel I should address it because a man I respected so much, very, very careful of people using my name to defraud. I post it every single time. And Instablog and other blogs, please, please, and please, I beg in the name of God, before you put out such information, do your research. Call the person, see what is going on. Social media is a very dangerous place, even though it can be a nice place as well. Do your investigation before you put out such allegation. To be very frank, I'm not bothered. The only worry I have is how to sort out some of these delegates that can't get appointment. In fact, in my last post, I told people, we are not giving guidelines on how to get visa because there's no appointment again. So I wrote only people with visa and people in the diaspora that can come for this conference. And it's in February from the 5th to the 17th. So I beg you in the name of God, before you do such, only people with visa and people in the diaspora that can come for this conference. And it's in February from the 5th to the 17th. So I beg you in the name of God, before you do such things, reach out to some of us and find out. It's not easy to build a brand. It's not easy to build a reputation. I have never defrauded or scammed anybody in my entire life. In fact, there was a time the pressure of this job was so much, I told my boss, I'm going to resign. I don't think I can handle this. I'm doing my projects. I have a lot of business projects I'm doing. I have a lot of things I'm handling, and this one is weighing me down. And when people don't get visa, you know how they can be, especially when they get the package. I would sue for defamation of character, but that is complete. So I decided to do this video to address this issue and address it once and for all. Because the people I respected called me and said, okay, just put it out there so that the air can be cleared. And I beg you, Instablog and other blogs, please, please, and please, the way you have built your brand, sleepless nights, trying to do the right thing and live the right life to get to where you are. That is the way some of us, especially artists, have built their life. You don't just pick somebody you don't know from anywhere, say there's an activity that is looking for information, and post. It's not fair. This needs to be considered. I know you're doing your job, you're a blog, you carry news, but understand that for every news you carry, there are human beings involved. So I urge each and every one of you to still be careful. There are scammers out there, and I decided to do this for especially most of my fans. If I have scammed you, Williams Uchemba scammed you. All the people you tagged, I don't even work with them. I don't know them. This is the first time I'm hearing about the United Nations Youth Envoy. I didn't know that office existed. Everybody you tagged, I don't have any business with them. I am simply the Nigerian Youth Representative, Youth Assembly, that is held at the United Nations. Simple. So, naturally, I will not bother with stuff like this. But I decided to put it out because I feel if you don't put something out like this, people will begin to think something else. I have every information of every transaction, of every delegate that have both gone with me to the US for the conference and that are still yet to go. So please, I beg you again, get your information right, please.